Hi guys, this is Chris with Impressions Theater. Wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the summer reading program theme. Reading takes you everywhere. And I love that theme because reading does take you everywhere. And it's a real connection to us because, well, you guys reading in the summer reading program with the library, it allows us to go, well, not everywhere, but a lot of places. So we're gonna show you some of the places we've been so far this summer. And then we'll be back and we'll talk about how reading can take you everywhere.
This week, Chris and I are headed to Las Vegas for a little relaxation, maybe some inspiration on something we can use in a further show. So we're very excited and we're leaving out of here in about 30 minutes or so. So next time you see me, I'll be in another city.
Here we are at the Grand Canyon. You can see here behind me. Grand Canyon is amazing. We've seen some really cool things. We saw some antelope on our way up here. We've seen some lizards, some ravens. The ecosystem here is just incredible. We were 30 minutes away. The plants, the vegetation was completely different from what it is here.
Public Library. Just kind of want to give you a look at that. As you can see, it's pretty cool that they actually have this really big auditorium right in the library, and it's so cool. I'll try to take you over here if it doesn't get too dark, but if we go all the way back here behind the curtains, you will see that we actually get our own dressing room. Now, usually when we go to libraries, of course it's a library, so they don't usually have dressing rooms for us, so it makes us feel a little special in a place like this. But oh, there's Chris.
Hi.
And we're just getting ready for the first show of the day for this week. We were off last week, but we're back at it this week in Williamsburg, so we'll see y'all later.
I'm here with Sarah at the James City County Library for this week's episode of What Are You Reading? So tell us what you're reading this summer.
All right, well, I just finished this book, Wed Wabbit by Lissa Evans. That is a junior fiction, middle grade novel that I totally loved. So Wed Wabbit is a large stuffed rabbit that belongs to Minnie, who's 4. Her older sister Fidge is the main character of this book, and Fidge ends up in a magical land The Land of the Wimbley Woos, which is from her sister Minnie's favorite book. But it turns out, the really interesting thing about this book is that it's kind of about Minnie's mind, because the Land of the Wimbley Woos turns out to be not just the generic version from the book, but Minnie's own specific version of this world. And so to escape, Fidge kind of has to figure out how her 4-year-old sister's mind works, and it's very funny.
Cool.
The book that I'm reading for myself, not for work, is The Bone Clocks by David Mitchell. And so he's known best for Cloud Atlas, which was adapted into a movie. So the first part was really fascinating, told from the perspective of Holly, who's a teenager in sort of a gritty working class town in England in the 80s. And she has some psychic abilities. And that part was so gripping, and then it switched perspectives on me, and it keeps switching. So some of the perspective characters have been really insufferable, and they're all interesting, but like just not as good as Holly. I just kind of want to get back to her.
Guys, now you've seen some of the places we've been this summer. Now I'm going to talk about how reading can take you everywhere. All you have to do is pick up a book, any book you want, and it can take you, transport you to anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country. Gosh, there's so many awesome places that you can go. Our next segment is going to feature some of those awesome books for you to check out. But right now, I got to get going, get to our next library. See you soon. Start playing banner. You just give it. I know you're doing a good job. I just don't know what it is. That's my fault. Beauty and the Beast. Play that funky music, white boy. What a girl wants. I forgot how much fun this one was. I really forgot how much fun this one was.